In this short ThoughtFarmer video, we're going to show you how to use ThoughtFarmer's Cloud Drive integrations. Cloud integrations for ThoughtFarmer are a really handy way to link to and even embed files that you are currently hosting on a third-party cloud drive. For example, G Suite, Office 365, which has OneDrive and Sharepoint Online, and then the last one we added, Box.com. So let's start with just going into our admin panel and showing you where to set up any of these cloud drives. So I'm going to click on my name here and I'll click on admin panel. And then you're going to find an integration section right down here. We're going to click on cloud drives. So like I said, ThoughtFarmer offers integrations with 3 different kinds of cloud drives: Google Drive or G Suite, Office 365, and Box.com. Now, in this particular intranet, we already have all of these set up. And perhaps for yourself, you might use the Google Drive integration, but not the Office 365 and Box ones. You can use all 3, you can use just one, or you can use 2 of them, whatever you like. Now, this page might seem a little daunting in terms of the instructions and information needed to set all of these up, but not to worry, we have detailed instructions on our ThoughtFarmer community site for all 3 of these cloud drives, and it will guide you exactly around which steps to take to set all 3 of them up. All right, so now that we have configured everything here on the admin panel, let's show you what you can do once this is activated. So I'm going to go back into my intranet, and I'm going to go to a section of the intranet where I am storing some files. In this case, it's the legal team. And I have a special page here called Documents and Contracts. It's just an area of the intranet where I am gathering some documents for the legal team. Now on this page, you can see I have already set up a few folders here that have some files that are directly uploaded into my ThoughtFarmer intranet. But what I want to do now is make it really easy for people to access files that are stored on Google Drive and on Office 365 and on Box.com straight from this intranet page here. So instead of adding a file or folder right here, I'm going to scroll down and click on this Cloud Drive option. If I click on that, it allows me to choose which one of the cloud drives that I have configured in the admin panel I want to use. So we'll start with Google Drive. Now, the first time you're using this, it's going to prompt you to log into your team's Google Drive. So I'll just click on that. And then I'm going to use another account here. Now, once I have logged in, you're going to see that I can access all of the folders and files that I have selected here or that I have added on my personal drive. You can see that the ones I have here all have a lock icon in front of them, and that just means that they are private folders and private files. They are not currently shared with coworkers. I'll show you later how to do that in Google Drive and then embed the files on ThoughtFarmer so other coworkers can see it. So now what I can do is I can choose a folder or a number of files here. And then I have the option, and this is the same for each cloud drive. So it's the same for SharePoint or Office 365, and it's the same for Box.com as well. I can now choose if I want to embed these files or link to them. So in this case, I'm going to choose link. And what that's going to do is it now pops a Google Drive box into my page, and it has a list with direct links to all of these files. Let's try the same thing for Box.com. Going to click again on Cloud Drive. I'll select Box. And now what I'm seeing here is my Box account. And you can see in this case, I have both folders with a lock, which are private, but I also have these other file folders that are shared with the rest of my team. So maybe I will link to a few folders and files there. Now, ThoughtFarmer respects all of the permissions that you have set in your cloud drive, which means that if another user lands on this page and they're logged into their cloud drive as well, if there is a lock in front of this file or in front of multiple files, which means that, this is a private file, you haven't shared it with other staff, people will not see these files show up here, right? Not only will they not be able to link through to it, they won't even see the names of those files. What they will see instead is a message that tells them they don't have the accurate permissions to view this content, and it gives them a link to request access to those files if they want to. These two folders at the bottom, of course, have been shared across the team, and so those will show up for anybody who wants to visit them. If I click on one of these folders, as you see, it is a direct link, so it's going to log me into my Box account and show me all of the files that live within that folder. Lastly, for good measure, let's add an Office 365 folder here as well. So again, click on Cloud Drive, select SharePoint Online, and then I can select any of these items or sites that are here in Office 365. And again, I'll just simply link to them. So now on one page, I have a wealth of information for my team. I have files that are uploaded straight into ThoughtFarmer, but I also am easily linking them to information that is stored on different cloud drives. Now, instead of adding links, you can also embed files. So let's give that a try. I'm going to create a new page underneath Documents and Contracts, and I'll call it Presentations. First, again, just publish the page. And then again, instead of adding or uploading a file straight onto this page, straight onto the internet, I'm going to select Cloud Drive. And in this case, I'll go back to my Google Drive one, and I'm going to go into my Presentations folder. Now this one here contains 3 different slide decks. I'm going to select 2 of them. And instead of link, I will click on embed. Now what that is going to do, as you can see, is it's actually loading the slide deck directly embedded into this ThoughtFarmer page. So now I can go through this deck straight from the internet and view all of that content that's actually hosted on Google Drive. The documents in G Suite or Google Drive in this case, ThoughtFarmer respects any security permissions that you have added in Google Drive, and it just mirrors those exactly. Now the third thing I just quickly want to show you is how search works for these files. So with this integration, not only can we link to and embed Cloud Drive files directly on ThoughtFarmer pages, we can also search for them. So if I use the ThoughtFarmer search here and I type in the keyword contract, in the Find As You Type search results, you're going to see that the first 5 results are from the internet itself, but then it also shows me results of files that are on my team's Google Drive account and also the Office 365 account for my team. In this case, it looks like our Box.com account does not have any content labeled contract. If I click through, and I'm now going into the search result page, again, you can see if you scroll through, it's going to give you some search results that come from the internet, but it also gives you inline some search results or the top results from any of these Cloud Drive integrations that you have enabled. You can view them here, but you also will have noticed that there are separate tabs here at the top where you can click to only view search results from a specific cloud drive. In this case, Google Drive and Office 365 have content that corresponds with that contract term. If I click on Box, I can see that there is no content in Box.com that has the keyword contract attached to it. So again, as you can see, and if your team is using any of these Cloud Drive options, we now provide a really easy way to surface all of that content from within ThoughtFarmer, not just for viewing, but also for people to easily find any information on your Cloud Drive.